What's up, Vault Dwellers? My name is Oscapt.
And I'm Noodle Pants.
We got our hands on the latest Season 19 data this morning, and we immediately put the mole rats to work chewing on it. What they came back with was so unbelievable that I shot two of them in the head, replaced them with new mole rats, and set them to do the crunching again, and they came up with the same data.
He is not kidding. Those mole rats? Well, they died for a good cause.
So let's just dive right into what we know about what's coming. We have this page, which you can get from seasons.gamereaviator.com, that shows you all of the comparison of the data between the various seasons. This goes back to season 16 when they replaced the scoreboard with the new format. And you can see right away that the number of pages has been decreasing since season 17.
Yes, they kind of teased us with season 17. We're like, yay, things are going to get better. And no, they're not getting better. They're only getting tinier and more shriveled.
But it's not as bad as it seems because, as you'll see in a moment, the number of items overall is consistent between season 18 and season 19. However, with the information that they released today, they did not tell us the rank required to unlock each page. So we had to make an estimated guess. There are 10 pages between rank 1 and rank 100, and so that evenly divides by 10, so that's where we set the ranks. It's probably going to be right around there, but once we have new information, we'll update the mole rats and we'll generate a new page. For now, this is probably 99% accurate.
We know that ranks are hard for Bethesda.
Another metric that I find interesting to track is the delta between pages where you get an additional score boost. That's the 5%, 10%, and 10% score boosters.
Is that very intimidating red line that's just climbing up?
No, it's this much nicer sort of greenish line down below, which is consistent between season 18 and season 19.
Okay, that looks pretty tame and reasonable.
The most interesting data point on this page is that it shows you the total cost to purchase all standard items as well as all Fallout First items, giving you a representation of the total cost for all items in the season. From this, we can extrapolate the average cost per item for standard players, the average cost per item for just Fallout First players buying Fallout First items, and then the average cost per item if you were to buy everything. And what we can see is that between season 18 and 19, prices are continuing to go up for standard players. They are stabilized for players who buy everything, and they've actually gone down slightly for Fallout First players, though they're still up more than they were in season 16 and 17.
Okay, so the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer?
I think it's just more that the crap is getting more expensive.
So inflation.
Inflation is real. You have less purchasing power and the average cost per item is increasing. As far as the number of items, despite the fact that there are fewer pages in season 19, there are almost the same number of items. There's actually one item less.
This was a revelation to me. When we looked at the scoreboard this morning for the first time, it kind of jumped out at me as being a little bit shorter than usual. And I assumed that it's because we have fewer rewards. But now it looks like we actually get the same number of rewards as we did last season.
That's true. In season 18, we actually complained because many of the pages had fewer rewards on them. So they've fixed that by giving more rewards per page, just fewer pages, so it looks better, and shut the hell up.
I see. But I think that implies that we have more time between the ranks, though, and that might make it a little bit annoying.
That's correct. There are fewer pages, there are the same number of items, so you have to spend more time grinding to get to each page.
Yeah, see, what I would have liked to see is actually more seasons reward pages so that you can level up faster. And every few days, you're like, oh, I get to get some new stuff off of the scoreboard. But now it's like, oh, maybe a week will go by or even 2 weeks before I can get some new shit.
So you'd rather have 20 pages with 5 items than 10 pages with 10 items?
Correct. Yeah, I would rather get more smaller hits more often.
Ah, the dopamine.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Oscapt here. If you've been watching our videos but you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, now is the time to do that. This is the kind of content that we love to make. Detailed, informative, data-driven, and valuable to you. With so many changes coming, there are a lot of things that you don't want to miss, so hit that subscribe button and join the vault. We plot the minimum rank required to purchase every item through bonus page 1 for both Standard and Fallout First players. Not necessarily that that's what people are going to do, but because it gives us a stable metric to determine how things are changing from season to season. This also shows the rank that a Standard or Fallout First player would have to achieve after purchasing all of those items before they have earned enough tickets to purchase one of everything on bonus page 2. Also, not necessarily a realistic metric, but a stable one. And what we can see here is that if you are a Standard player, the minimum rank that you have to be to purchase everything through bonus page 1 is rank 117. If you are a Fallout First player, you have to hit rank 150 before you can have purchased everything through bonus page 1. This shows that Fallout First players aren't actually rewarded. You have to grind more and work harder to get all of the rewards that are available.
That's very deceiving. Again, looking at the season's pages, it seems like so many items of Fallout First, and there's this illusion that Fallout First players are treated better, but they're really not.
They're not treated better universally. You'll see in a moment that there is a place where they are treated better. If you wanted to purchase one of everything off of bonus page 2 as a Standard player, you need to hit rank 154, and as a Fallout First player, you need to hit rank 187. This is more or less the same as it was last season, slightly lower in this case, slightly higher in some cases, but pretty much just level. Also relatively level is the time to reach rank 100 and rank 150. Now this assumes that you use the 25% boost for scores. It does not consider repeatables. It does not consider individual score boosters. And the intent of this page is to show that without those extra boosts to score, double score weekends, things like that, it's pretty much impossible to reach rank 150 just playing and doing the daily and weekly challenges.
I imagine that with many things like the double score weekend, and of course the raids that are coming up, people will be playing a lot more and will have the opportunity to level up quickly.
Probably. Now it starts to get interesting.
That looks dramatic.
This season, they're only giving one cap reward and it costs 0 tickets. That has the unfortunate side effect of making caps per ticket equal to infinity.
Do you think they just didn't render all the rewards pages, or is Jesse scheming something?
This 100% smells like Jesse left a deuce on our desk. So with caps per ticket equaling infinity, I have to record them as 0. And that shows you that you're not getting cap rewards like you were in previous seasons. And we'll show this in greater detail in a moment. As far as the other things go, atoms per ticket and dollars per 25 tickets, those are fixed and static because that price is the same. You can purchase 25 tickets for 150 atoms or effectively $1.50. You will get some atoms back throughout the season. So if you purchased the entire season and then got those atoms back, it reduces the cost somewhat, but for this page, not by enough. This is my favorite page. And what this shows is the number of items that you have to purchase, that you are required to purchase before you can unlock bonus page 2. And so for season 19, that's 71 items. It was 70 for 18, it was 81 for season 17, and it was 95 for season 16.
That's quite a dramatic change.
However, if you calculate the minimum number of tickets required to purchase 71 items, so basically if you buy the 71 cheapest items available as a Standard player, that's going to cost you 2,880 tickets, but for a Fallout First player, it's going to cost you 1,245 tickets. Here's where Fallout First has an advantage.
I see. That's a significant advantage.
However, Fallout First has to spend way more tickets than we had to spend in season 18.
Oh, yes. The blue bars are almost identical, but the purple ones changed.
That's correct. So you can see that it costs more for a Standard player, and it costs slightly more between 17 and 18 for a Fallout First player, but almost 25% more for a Fallout First player. something interesting about unlocking bonus page 2. The rewards page says you need to be rank 150 and have purchased 71 previous items.
That's pretty reasonable, pretty standard.
And that coincides with what we saw for last season. However, this season, there are only 69 non-Fallout First items available.
Holy cow, are you sure?
Yes. So this means one of a couple of different things. Either Bethesda screwed up and non-Fallout First players will never be able to unlock bonus page 2.
Oh, that's funny.
Or, number 2, we're going to see an update to the distribution of the rewards on the rewards pages themselves, either adding more pages or moving some things around so that non-Fallout First players can reach 71 items. But whatever way it goes, we will update this site and we will release another video to let you know about the changes. There are a number of special rewards that are available in each season, things like caps, atoms, lunchboxes, score boosters, and so on. And this tracks the number of those special rewards that are available for each season. You can see that pretty much across the board, we're getting screwed. Some things have been removed entirely. Others have been just nerfed. So take, for example, legendary script. So in season 16, you got 1,500 legendary script. In season 17, you got 600. In season 18, you got 300. And in season 19, you get 0.
Wow.
Perk card packs. A lot of stuff has been entirely removed from the scoreboard and left only on bonus page 2. Some things disappeared a long time ago.
One word that I see appearing over and over again in the comments on our last video, where we showed every single reward for the new season scoreboard, is lazy. Lazy, lazy Bethesda.
I think that the rewards themselves are lazy this season, but I think that the underlying economics are more hostile than lazy. That's the summary. Let's dive into the details of season 19. I won't spend a lot of time on these pages. I'll leave them for you to go through because a lot of them are just statistical analysis. This is the base rank required to unlock each reward page, and then the breakdown of the number of items for Fallout First players and standard players, and then the corresponding cost per each.
Hey, we have a lot of nerds in our community. They're going to go through all of these numbers.
I like to look at average cost per item for standard players and Fallout First players to get a sense of whether my subscription to Fallout First is actually earning me rewards. In this case, it doesn't look so bad. If I were to buy everything, my average cost is going to be 20 tickets per item. It's only higher than a standard player here on page 2, and everywhere else, there's a slight discount.
Yeah, it's either the same or a little bit lower.
Here you have the levels required to purchase all items on a particular page, and as long as you see that the unlock rank is higher than the purchase rank for the previous page, you're good. And that's true across the board, but remember that these ranks are guessed. It's possible that Bethesda could come out with actual ranks that make it so you have to work your way into a new page before you've earned enough tickets to buy the previous page.
We'll keep you updated. As soon as we find out, you guys will find out.
In previous seasons, I've been able to demonstrate the cost relationship between tickets, caps, atoms, and dollars, all of which are currencies related to seasons. Because in this season, there's only a single cap reward and it costs 0 tickets, then that number has gone to infinity. It takes an infinite number of caps per ticket.
That's quite funny. As long as we have the atoms up there, I'm okay. Because of my atomic shopping addiction, I measure everything in atoms. I'm more comfortable with atoms than I am with dollars, which is kind of humorous.
I liked using the caps number because you could imagine if you found this item in somebody's vending machine, would you pay X number of caps for it? We have all of the rewards and their costs for every single page, and you can scroll through them and see if they're a Fallout First item, how much they cost.
Okay,
The caps field is always going to be 0.
Let's call out a couple of them. For instance, Enclave Cod, 156 atoms. I would absolutely buy that for 156 atoms in the shop. That's a good deal.
A lot of these items do correspond to reasonable prices, and as Noodle pointed out when we were talking about this earlier, it'll be interesting to see how these play out when some of these items show up in the Atomic Shop later. For example, if the Tesla cannon shows up for 311 atoms,
I'm going to snatch that up.
buy it. That's a smokin' deal. Comparatively, the Tesla cannon receiver mods are twice the price.
Whoa! The mods are twice the price of the weapon?
Not always, but sometimes. Would you spend 1,000 atoms for some power armor paint? I'm thinking no.
I wouldn't.
Use these pages to determine if what you're being charged is appropriate for what you are receiving. And if it's not, don't buy it, because these items will show up later on in the Atomic Shop, and you'll be able to get them for less. The grind shows how many ranks you can expect to advance if you do the bare minimum of score boosters. So we have the permanent score boosts available for 5, 10, and 10% at ranks 130 and 70. And then we have 3 temporary score boosters available at rank 10 for standard players and rank 10 and 30 for Fallout First players. So if we assume that somebody eats a temporary booster on the day that the weeklies were set and then do all their dailies and weeklies for that day in one 24-hour session, and we don't assume that they can also do the dailies for the following day, although most people do, this gives you an idea of how many ranks you can expect to advance in a given week. For the most part, it starts out pretty high and then, well, goes down from there.
I see it kind of levels out around 10 or 11.
It does. The expectation is that by now you are above rank 100, at which point it's 3,500 score points to advance, and there's a fixed amount of score available each week.
That makes sense.
You can definitely do better than this. Please don't blow up the comments telling us that you reached ranked 743 in season 18 because you never ever slept. We know.
We know that Westec exists.
We've seen you do it. But a lot of people just wonder, okay, if I join the season at week 8, do I have enough time to reach X rank? And this will help you determine that in week 8, if seasons are between 9 and 13 weeks long, you probably have enough time to reach like rank 19 or maybe rank 23. There are a couple of other graphs here. So if you would rather know how much time it takes to reach a particular rank, this is basically the inverse of the previous graph. And then this graph shows you that here, again, there is an advantage to being a Fallout First player.
Oh, wow.
You do get extra score and extra bonuses.
That Fallout First graph is climbing.
And then finally,
bonus page 2.
If you want the items on bonus page 2, and you don't care about anything else on the scoreboard, save your tickets. And once you get to rank 150 and you need to purchase items to actually unlock that page, this tells you the minimum number of items that you need to buy to unlock that page. And remember, we showed you on an earlier graph that Fallout First players need to spend a lot fewer tickets. This is because there are many Fallout First items that cost 0 tickets.
So a lot of the questions that we are getting in the comments on the previous video are, should I be spending all of my tickets as I go along on the most exciting items, or should I be saving my tickets?
It depends on what you want. If you are really interested in buying a whole lot of perk coins and a whole lot of legendary modules, then save your tickets. And at the end of the season, you can go through and either buy all of the cheapest items that you want, or buy the things that you want and then the cheapest items up to the unlock point, whether you're a standard player or a Fallout First player.
Another common question that we're getting is, how valuable are the items on bonus page 2 at all? And if you're new to the game, which of those rewards should you even invest in?
I answered a comment today where somebody asked me to rank my top 5 preferred items off of bonus page 2. And I ranked them in this order: perk coin, legendary module, legendary script, gold bullion, and lunchbox. If there was a 6th item, it would be scout banner. 7th would probably be carry weight booster. 8th would be maybe mystery bobblehead. 9th would be a repair kit. And the last thing that I would buy on this page are the atoms.
Now that is a controversial topic.
Remember that our goal here is to give you an understanding of the cost of the items that you're purchasing. We hear from a lot of you guys that you don't place a value on your time, therefore the items that you're getting are free. You didn't spend $5 or $10 or whatever, but your time does have value, and we need to compare what this would cost if you purchased it via some other means. Atoms have a cost of a penny a piece. So you can get 100 atoms for $1. That's fixed, that's known, that's
the actual value.
If you were to purchase the entire season, you would spend 150 atoms to get 25 tickets. So that's $1.50 per 25 tickets. You're gonna get back some of those atoms throughout the season itself, so the cost actually comes out a little bit lower. But what it means is the atoms on bonus page 2 are being sold to you at a cost of $10. For you to purchase enough ranks to get 250 tickets will cost you $10, for which you are receiving $1 worth of atoms.
It makes no sense to go through with this deal.
It doesn't matter that you didn't buy the ranks. It doesn't matter that you don't care how much time you spend in the game. What matters is that Bethesda is selling you $1 worth of something for $10.
You are literally paying $10 for a $1 bill, a common $1 bill. And you would never do that in real life. So don't do it in the game.
Or if you'd like a more graphic way to think about it, after Jesse dropped that deuce on your desk, he rubbed it in your face.
That's very graphic. Now, another question, or rather comment that keeps coming up is, if we're so unhappy with all of this, with the direction that the seasons are going, why do we keep playing at all? And one thing that I would like to point out is that we are the weatherman and women of Fallout 76, and we are here to report to you on the current conditions of this shitstorm so that you can decide if you want to, wait it out in your house, if you have a strong enough fallout shelter to survive this, or if you want to move to a different country altogether. That's entirely up to you. But we are going to continue to play, we're going to continue to enjoy, and we'll continue to report.
I like to remember that the seasons are only one part of the game. And the game itself is a constant tug of war between Bethesda trying to make money and us trying to play the game for as little as possible. I find it very interesting to take what they present and reverse engineer it into what they are thinking. And my objective is to encapsulate that data, because data does not lie, and present it to you so that you have information that you can use to decide why you play the game. Remember that with Season 19, it's not just the new seasons and rewards, but it's the entire Gleaming Depths update. It's the new raid boss. It's the modifications to perk cards. It's all of these other changes, any number of which are a reason on their own to play or not play the game. Those of us who play love the game. I love the game and I'm going to keep playing it, even if I can see that Bethesda is trying to screw me.
That's a very good point. Because the game is so vast and has so many different angles to it, a lot of us are very specific in the way that we play. Some are very build-oriented. Those of you who just care about leveling up and coming up with the best build and the most badass weapon, you're not even going to care about any of this stuff. Me, I'm a builder. I'm excited about all the new stuff that I'm going to get from my camp, that I'm going to get in the atomic shop, so that I can build cooler camps and share them with you guys. So for me, as much as I can see that things are going downhill in seasons, it doesn't actually change my opinion of the game. I still love it.
So there you have it, Wastelanders and Vault Dwellers and intrepid data scientists. This is what the Mole Rats have produced for you, and we hope that you found it valuable.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Noodle Pants.
And I'm Oscapt, and if you have any questions at all, please post them in the comment or join us in the Vault 42 Discord server, and we will be happy to answer them for you. But until then, or the next video, or the next time we see you.
Stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers.
And watch out for Jesse.
Where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and nowhere